Okay, so the brand new Avatar: The Way of Water trailer has just been out, and in this video, we will be opening Pandora's box to analyze it all. Plenty of clues to the narrative, including Easter eggs and other information. This concludes our analysis of the film's primary trailer, which will be released next month. So let's get started. First, two brand new characters, Soraya and her pal Roto, plunge into Pandora's stunning blue ocean. These people belong to the new Navy tribe established in the Makana waterway. Additionally, it is immediately obvious how different they are. The Sully children and some of the amazing marine creatures are seen in an ironic image. We also hear the beginning of Simon Franklin's magnificent song Scar, which has a refrain that sounds a lot like a slowed-down version of ICU. Following the first movie's songs, a lengthier version of the teaser's opening sequence was shown. In a startling parallel to the moment when she prepares to kill Jake in the first movie, Notori is drawing her bar in the Pandoran forest. But this time she's drunk, and her voice is muffled by her growing belly. The fact that Terry is pregnant and has already given birth to children leads us to believe that this is a flashback from the beginning of the movie. Following that, we see filmmaker James Cameron, that man who created Avatar, Titanic, Terminator, and Alien. Why not subscribe if you're also a fan of James Cameron's films? Next comes one of the trailer's most intriguing scenes. Jake is called Sully Dad by Kiri, portrayed by Simone Weaver, telling him how she could hear her and said, "Dad, I know you think I'm crazy. We're unsure who she is. She may be Grace or AWA, the planet-wide goddess. We are aware of how strong and audible the heartbeat is." This scenario is difficult and includes a few more images. The following picture appears to be a flashback and shows Jake and Nedium, his oldest child, practicing bow fishing. The scenario is different this time since the Omaticaya tribe is fully standing. I believe Jake and Terry are in charge of this tribal ceremony, though it's hard to tell. It then jumps to Kiri laying down with a clasp pulsing around her before cutting to the youngest Sully child playing with some strange or frightening looking Pandoran flower. It's a nice throwback to the first film that the Banshee flying out during Twilight showed both the Navy and the Banshee's bioluminescence. Next, we see Jake and Terry soaring on their crown amid the floating mountains at night. The next child, Lowak, is featured in the teaser in yet another picture holding hands with his new friend Peo, who may either be a great billionaire or a Pandoran whale. Then, Carrie and Jake's hypothetical conversation was finished. Sean Carey was similarly tethered to a tree, giving off the same vibe as when an avatar's awareness was first created in the first place. Following that mocking shot, the trailer accelerates. Members of the Makana tribe can be seen flying with multiple enormous whales on the new monster with the skin wing. The following animals, these incredible feats are being performed by the younger tribal members who appear to be riding the Elu. They're also new to the sequel. It then switches again, I think into an even higher gear, and we start to see some strong warlike visuals. A human and our first look at a recon soldier. Another warlike image shows Jake emerging from the river, Jake and Terry looking out over a burning landscape, maybe even the ruins of their previous home and perhaps the reason why they had to flee and seek help from the Mechanica tribe. For me, this is a significant turning point because the RDA's humanity in the first movie did not possess such a potent destructive force. The major adversary from the last film, Courage, is seen cracking a skull in a quick but powerful sequence in the teaser, signaling that the stakes have been heightened. One of them must be his, we may infer, because when viewed carefully from behind, the school has a depression that resembles a scar. Then another rescue team is lifted into a car. Stopping also allows us to get a good look at the spider. Teaching the soulless human adopted child to fly is one of the possibilities. After that, we go back to the Mechanic tribe, where things happen quickly. As we see Tonawari and his wife depart from the female chief of the tribe, he tells Jake that he and his family do not want them to bring their war to them. "You cannot bring your war here," we said. As Loak appears to struggle with a member of the McCain tribe, Jake and Natalia can presumably observe in the distance. Then Loak and Soraya are shown, and their potential relationship is hinted at. She holds his hand and says, "I see you," as seen in the IMAX trailer. I should add that the new poster also refers to this sort of relationship. Then quite a few brief scenes are shown as one of the characters claims that the water root links everything before birth and after death. When it reads birth, we see the picture of the infant next to Tolkien, who appears to be giving birth, and when it says death, we see the picture of the fire and the dead Elu in the foreground. When you slow down and look, you see that the spider seems to be sneering at bravery, trying to push the guy forward. Notice how the gathering at Cayenne Village looks to be on fire. Backtracking a bit, we see Jake and Tonawari shaking hands. Jake seems to have suffered some type of damage, perhaps he only needed to bond with a new wing. Next, Rano approaches the camera while sporting a skin-covered wing. And if you pay great attention, you can see Neytiri flying a banshee in the distance. Immediately after, we witness yet another breathtaking picture of advanced human technology. You may have seen a faint SD1 in the upper right-hand corner of this massive new vehicle, which I assume is some form of hovercraft and may symbolize Sea Dragon 01. This vehicle has previously featured in background images. This huge watercraft is enormous compared to the Daddy Dragon from the original Avatar. Then we notice that these crab soup robots are after him. Another couple was going forward as it sprung at Lowick, while one was chasing after them while carrying Falls away. Then we see a scene that seems to come before the one in the teaser when Jake calls his family a fortress before cutting to Nidarayan within a structure constructed of humans. It is unmistakably a ship sinking, as you will see when you turn your head. When Kiri performs what seems to be a Kamachama in the front of the massive amoeba-like structure, to which, if you look closely, she's bound, it strikes me as one of the trailer's funniest scenes. Roto is once more visible over her shoulder, this time in the middle alongside Sharia's brother Nong. Then Tolkien can be seen suddenly emerging from the sea and stepping into what looks to be a boat. If you look very closely, you can see what appears to be Lowak being taken, and he could even be Soria to have been kidnapped. If this scenario occurs after the crab suit chase, they may have already been apprehended by the RDA. Jake is mounted in yet another RDA vehicles picture. Before the trailer's last two images, Wing appears to be preparing for a fight while holding a weapon. This one shows Notary flying in and landing on a boat in the dark before shooting her pig. And finally, the most overt reference to the previous movie. Like she did when they first met in the first Avatar, Jake tells Neytiri to have a strong heart. The music eventually resumes, and the title screen and some credits appear. I thought this trailer was quite lovely. I'm looking forward to what we'll see in Avatar: The Way of Water, because it doesn't give away too much and is aesthetically stunning. Is there anything that I missed that you saw? If so, please leave a comment below. Do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We will be back soon with another video.